I guess just very general, how are things going for you so far, in Bowling Green and at Western Kentucky?
I mean, everything's going good, especially as of right now. I'm loving it. Football started. So, I'm here to do basically what I'm doing with football. And, I like the coaches. I like the players. I'm really excited to be a part of this program and, get ready for the fall.
Hey, Bailey, this is Nick Keyser from the College Heights Herald here on campus. You got your first day of practice in the books here. Just what has stood out to you early on about your teammates and just being out there on the field with them?
Everybody here wants to win, and they'll do everything they can, to accomplish that. Coming here, of course, we got some freaks, at receiver and O-line. A guy that kind of stood out today, David Davis making that long pass. He snagged over a guy's head. Jerreth Stearns, Josh Stearns, Craig, and then you got the front five that I went with today. Mason and all those guys. It's awesome to be playing with some, guys like that. And like I said, I'm really excited, for the rest of spring and on the fall.
And for you personally, what was the process like, and the decision, to come here like? What went through your thought process? Just to get here after, Coach Kitley was hired as the new OC?
So as of course, y'all know, when Kitley first got the job here, that's why I kind of, entered the transfer portal. Of course, the first call that I got when I entered the transfer portal was from Coach Kitley. So, we had that communication. We built a relationship the past 3 years. So Western Kentucky was always my number one. I had great, calls with Coach Helton. I really like Coach Helton. He's a heck of a coach. But I had a few other offers, and I was, a little bit interested, but, my heart was really here at WKU and, coming here and playing under Coach Kitley for another year. And, that's the decision I made. And, so far it's turned out great.
This is Nick again. You join a quarterback room with a lot of guys that are here, some lower classmen, a guy like Terrell. So, just what kind of relationship have you started out having with them? And, how big is it to have that many guys at that position moving forward this season?
It's great, especially coming here and being only one that, knows this offense out of the five of us. I've done a lot, trying to help them understand it all. And, we have it split up in, certain days. So I try to help them as much as I can. And we've all five built a really good relationship. I hang out with a lot of those guys outside of football. And, there's no animosity between each other since we're competing. We all want the best for each other. And, I really like that.
After you came here, I believe you were the first one. Then Jerreth and Josh both decided to come. Ben decided to come too. I don't think he's here yet, but, what was it like seeing those guys kind of come along as well? Guys that you're familiar with, guys that you've played with and had success with?
It's nice, to come here, especially coming all the way from home here at WKU. It's 15 hours for me. So, bringing some friends along with me was a lot easier to make the transition. We're always together. We always hang out. We're best friends. And to be able to, experience this with them and, just realize the opportunity that we have together is awesome. And is something that we'll, cherish forever.
Bailey, this is Nick again. You come from Houston Baptist and you had a pretty successful season down there. And, you're up here now. Just what kind of goals do you have early on that you want to set for yourself and for your teammates?
Just to, begin to build that chemistry together. Of course, we're still installing all the new plays and, trying to help everybody understand the offense. That's basically what the spring is all about, just getting everybody on the same page. But the one goal is to win. We got a heck of a defense. Got a heck of a O-line now. And, I'm joining a winning tradition here, and it's really exciting. And like I said, my one goal is to win, and, we're going to do everything in our power to do that.
Quick glance at your numbers from your time at Houston Baptist is just kind of like, wow, that's what stands out. But, what would you want people to know about your game and what you bring to the table?
I kind of like to say, of course, y'all probably watch film. So most of the time, I stay in the pocket and I throw it all around. I think a lot of the negative stuff that goes on around is, I just not mobile. But, that's kind of something that I've worked on a lot, continue to be more mobile, kind of have that dual threat ability. And, that's kind of what I want everybody to know is, I'm not just strictly a pocket passer. I can get out, make plays outside the pocket and, still, push the ball downfield outside the pocket.
Bailey, I got one more thought for you, and this is what I asked Coach. Was just you're in a new place. What's it been like getting acclimated to a new city, a new town, school? Just what's it been like for you since you got here?
I mean, it's been awesome, especially coming here with Jerreth and Josh. We made a lot of friends. To be quite honest, I hang out, with our starting 5 linemen right now almost every weekend. Cole, Bo, Cam, Mason, and Rusty. I hang out with them dang near every weekend. So, just building that, chemistry, them showing me around everywhere, it's made it a lot easier. And then, being from Victoria, which is also kind of a small town like this, it's, basically the same. So it's made, it's kind of feels like home for me.
All right.
Thanks, Bailey. I think we're all good. Thanks, Bailey. Nice to meet you,
Bailey.
man.
This is Josh, so you can questions for him whenever you're ready.
Hey, Josh, this is Jared MacDonald with the Daily News, the newspaper here in Bowling Green. Just starting off, what's it been like, this whole process of coming to a new school, and, how are things going for you personally so far?
It's been good because I came with Jerreth and Bailey, and, like when my brother comes with me, it's like it made the transition very easy and made it very comfortable for me.
And, for you personally, I guess, what would you want people to know about your game? Obviously, good numbers last year, you and the whole team at Houston Baptist. But, for people that don't know you, what would you want them to know about you?
I am a deep threat. I take the top off. That's what I want people to know about my game.
Gotcha. Josh, this is Nick Keyser from the Call Sites Herald. Nice to meet you. But, you got your first practice in the books now. Just what was your first impressions being on the field today? What was it be like being with your brother, obviously, out there?
It was good. It made it the first practice less nerve-wracking for me because Jerreth and Bailey were out there with me. I like the team atmosphere out there, too, so everything – it was just a good practice overall.
There's you, there's your brother, Ben's coming in, a number of guys coming back, Craig, Mitch. It seems like there's a lot of competition out there. I guess, how much do you embrace that, and how much do you think that's going to help things this spring?
The more competition, I feel like everybody will get better all around. If there wasn't competition, people would get satisfied with where they are at, and instead of trying to get better to beat the person in front of them. So I think competition is very important.
Josh, this is Nick again. What's it like having Coach Kitley out there? I know that you're very familiar with him, obviously, and your fellow teammates from Houston Baptist. But, what's it like having him on the field there with you?
It's good. I mean, I'm kind of like used to the whole offense and how fast the tempo is. So it's just like nothing's really changed. It's just new players and new field. So other than that, it's just I'm very comfortable in the offense.
Obviously you and Bailey have had a lot of success together. What's the best part of, playing with him or catching a ball from him or anything like that?
Bailey, his plus is knowing the defense. He can read the defense real well. His IQ for football is just insane. So he's always going to check me out of something. If the coverage is going to be where I need to go, he's going to check me out into a better route. He's just a smart quarterback.
Your family is pretty athletic from, what I've seen in the bios and stuff. You, your brother, I think another brother, cousin, dad, everybody it seems. What's it like being in your family and, competing with your family and playing with them?
I'm actually the youngest, so I grew up playing against the older people, all their friends. So it was just competition my whole life. I was a young one out there trying to just be as good as everybody else. So it pushed me to better myself every day.
Josh, with that being said, I know that you're just fresh on campus here, but, what are some goals that you want to set personally for yourself heading into the season this fall?
I just hope I hope I can just be an aspect on offense. I really just want the team to win. That's what I want more than anything. I just want it to have a winning program.
Anything else for Josh?
I think we're Good. Thanks, Josh. Nice to meet you,
Thanks,
man.
Josh.
Meet that too.
Ooh, the helmet here.
All right, ready to go with Jerreth whenever you guys are.
Cool. Hey, Jerreth. This is Jared McDonald with the Daily News, the newspaper here in Bowling Green. Kind of the first question I asked your brother and Bailey, what's it been like being here at Western Kentucky and in Bowling Green so far? And, what's the transition been like for you?
Honestly, it's just been a blessing. And it's been really smooth because all the people that have already been here just took us in real well. There wasn't really any, hating going on. Like, they just took us in as, one of their own. And just, I had, Dayton Wade, and Malachi Corley showing me around, kind of showing me how things worked around here. So it was just real good, and it was just real nice to have those guys help me get adapted.
Hey, Jerreth, this is Nick Keyser from the College Heights Herald. You just had your first day of practice. So just personally for you, what was it like being out there with your new teammates?
Honestly, it was just a great feeling. I can tell everybody around here wants to compete. Everybody around here wants to get win, and everybody around here wants to get better. And it's just real nice going against one of the top defenses in our conference every day, which is going to give us a great look. It's not going to get much better than that. So it's just a real good look every day. I could tell that from the first practice for sure.
And, for you personally, how did you decide Western Kentucky was where you wanted to go? I know Coach Kitley and I believe Bailey had committed and signed, before you and your brother. But I guess what was the process like for you coming here?
So also like Bailey, Coach Kitley left, and so we entered the transfer portal. So right away, Coach Kitley called us, offered us. And then, for me and my brother, my dad was like, y'all need to go there. Coach Kitley knows what he's talking about. He already was Western Kentucky has a winning culture. And he was like, Bailey's going there. And he loves Bailey. So we were like, all right. So we called Coach Helton and Coach Kitley back probably within 10 hours of them offering us. We're coming. So we don't have anything to wait on.
Jerreth, this is Nick again. I think just the season is so far away, but for you personally, what kind of goals do you want to set for yourself personally? I know that you're with your brother and Bailey, but, what do you want to personally have in store for yourself this year?
Honestly, I just want to, obviously, like they said, I want to win, but personal goals, I just want to be that gritty dude and on third down, just make the play, you know what I'm saying? Move the chains, just be that guy on third down who, even though the defense knows it's going to me or whatever, just be the guy who move the chains every time and just be reliable, 0 drops.
I asked your brother about it. Growing up in your family with the number of people that played sports, number of athletes, and, I imagine it's probably pretty competitive. What was that like, and how much did that kind of make you into who you are today?
It was honestly hectic. You probably know about my brother. Just had his pro day the other day. He had a real good one. It was me, him, and Josh. And then we had a couple older brothers who was real hard on us. Our punishments growing up were we weren't getting whippings. We were doing holding planks or holding push-up position. So it was just always everything correlated to working out or something like that. So I think everything just bred us to be good football players.
Who's the best athlete in your family?
Athlete?
Yeah, or football player in general, whichever. Because your dad played basketball, right?
Yeah. Best athlete is either my older brother Jameson. You probably haven't heard about him much, or Caden or Josh.
Not giving yourself any credit there.
No, Josh is the fastest and Caden jumps the highest. So there's that. I'll probably say I'm